Welcome everyone to this live stream about full-scale AI voice agent tutorial, and we're going to use the Cursor IDE. And this is going to be a really interesting project, and I'm excited to start this out. So let's go ahead and first of all go to the AI code editor, which is Cursor. And so we're going to download it for Windows here, and I'm going to put it here in the downloads folder. And then I'm going to make sure the executable is installed. And then once it is, I'm going to run it. So here I have it opened. So it's seeing this. I accept the agreement. Click on next. It's going to tell you where you want to install it. I'll just install it in my app data local programs. I'll copy the path if I need to. And then after that, select start menu folder. So that's just going to be called cursor. All right. Um, so it's in the program section over here. And then you can go here. Don't create a start menu folder if you don't want to, but I'll just keep it. Create desktop icon. I'll just keep it. Open with cursor to action to open Windows Explorer file context menu. So this is when you right click, and then it should shows that add open with cursor action to Windows Explorer directly context menu. I'm not gonna add those right now, but I'm just gonna add to path and register cursor as an editor for supported file types. And then you just have to click on the installation button. So what we're gonna do here is we have this whole prompt, and then we're gonna follow this as a guide, but also work through it to understand better how we can improve and create this uh, AI voice agent. And then we're gonna also use Copilot, and we're gonna use cover this as a project to see where we can scale it and to what extent. And an MCP server, I want to cover this as a topic on the side. If we scale this project, and then we can add in MCP server concept, which is Model Context Protocol server. It's like a plugin host for AI tools. What it does is like it provides a standard way for AI models like GPT or other assistants, good Gemini or anything, to connect to external tools, data, or services. Now, why it matters is that instead of every developer inventing their own custom integrations, what MCP gives is one universal language. That makes it easier to add things like databases, APIs, or even your own apps directly into an AI's workflow. Real world example is imagine you're using ChatGPT to manage your tasks, and an MCP server could let the AI securely talk um, to your calendar API, so you connect that, your company's database or a code repository, okay, all through one consistent interface. Now, why devs are excited? It simplifies developing or building AI-powered apps, agentic workflows, and automation without constantly reinventing the wheel. Think of it as the USB port for connecting AI models to any external tool or data source. Like I said, we can add in more information here. Like I say, hey, I still don't get it. And then I say, explain simpler it with real world example in simpler terms, or simpler terms, okay? And what is this? And then we just say agentic workflows. Okay, so it's super simple. Okay, MCP server example, a real world example. Imagine you own a smart home assistant. By default, it can only answer questions, but you want it to turn on your lights. Smart home assistant would like answer like default questions like what temperature it is or stuff like that. Think of it as an Alexa, home Alexa. Now, you want it to have a flexibility where you can turn on your lights, order groceries online, and also check your bank balance. That's like different connections. Like you want to connect your house, electricity. You want to make sure you can online order, so you can use the internet and browse through websites to buy things, and then you can check your balance bank account. So that you want to add that layer as well. Now, you could build a different connector for every service, light switches, grocery store, bank. That's a lot of work, right? Instead, an MCP server acts like a universal power strip. Okay, it's like those power strips that you connect with your wires. Okay, it's like a plug-in host, like I was saying, Model Context Protocol. So what it does is that you plug your AI into this one power strip, all your services like groceries bank plug into the same strip. Okay, so you put that, and even the AI itself. Now your assistant can talk um, to any of them through one standard way without learning a new language for each device. For developers, this means less custom code and faster integrations. Now, agentic workflows simplified is that now imagine your assistant isn't just answering questions, right? Like suppose you ask questions and then it gives a response based off of the power strip that you have, right? It's connected. Let me see if I can paint something here. So think of it as like a power strip. I don't know if I can create this properly, but here's a power strip, right? And it has a socket. You can think of it like that. It's connected with the outlet, power outlet. So we have the first one. You can think of it as an option for your bank details. The second one is an option for online shopping. The third one is your light switches and everything. And the fourth one you can put as the MCP AI agent, or maybe the AI assistant, whatever it is, ChatGPT or whatever. Now all these are connected. The entire thing, this power universal power strip, it's called the Model Context Protocol (MCP). Okay, so it allows us to use less customization, and you can just universally connect everything, and then you can get your answers, answers really quickly with the assistant model. Now, agentic workflows is like, now imagine your assistant doesn't just answer questions; it's taking action on its own. Now you say like plan my vacation. Now it checks your calendar, and sees whatever availabilities you have, books flights online, finds hotels, and even reminds you to renew your passport if it's expired, without you micromanaging each task and checking it all on your own. So that AI takes actions like an agent. It what it would do is what people mean by agentic workflows. Like AI takes actions like an agent. Okay, so it's kind of like an agent. It's like a mini person. He's gonna go in through and check every single thing from its own end of your own personal information, and it's just kind of minimize all those steps that you have to waste time on. So agentic meaning acting like an agent, and workflow a sequence of tasks. So agentic workflows are basically uh, a sequence of tasks that are acted by an agent. Agentic workflows are automated chains of tasks where an AI acts on your behalf using tools and data via things like MCP to get things done. Would you like me to give a developer scenario? I think we got a gist of it, so to see how it applies to actual dev work. But we're gonna go ahead and see this AI code editor. So um, customer support bot. So what I'm thinking is maybe a customer support bot, or a personal assistant, or a voice control tool like Jarvis style. I think write down features, text to speech, or whatever LLM powered responses, or text to speech, whatever expected inputs and outputs, and set up cursor ID, download cursor ID, or went there cursor.sh. Free tier works fine. Log into the GitHub or Google. No paid plan required for basic use. Of course, I'm gonna try my best to not use any paid options. We're going to try to do it all completely free, so anyone can do this. Enable Copilot if you already have a subscription, or use Codium Tab 9 for free AI auto completion. Install. Okay, I didn't know that Tab 9 also gives free now. Install the necessary extensions in Cursor, Node.js, or Python environment support, and Git integrations. And then we have to do all this other stuff. But first of all, let's go ahead and make sure that Cursor is fully set up. So we're going to install this. And I'll click on that, and it's preparing the installation, and you can see all of that is running. Okay, so I believe everything. It's full scale AI voice agent. Okay, so it's extracting all the files and putting it into that folder that I was talking about, and that folder is basically this one right here. So you can see over here, you see users GNG. So that it's going to create that thing over there, but you can see that it's completed, and then it's going to click finish, completing the cursor setup wizard. Setup has finished installing the cursor on your computer. The application may be launched by selecting the installed shortcuts, or you can just keep it like that, and it's going to open up. After that, what we want to do is set up the login access, and then enable that Copilot thing if we want to, but let's go ahead and see it. Okay, so sign up or log in, skip and continue. Now, I don't know what sign up meaning. Is it like an account that we create? Okay. And then, of course, we can log in with our GitHub account, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to have to provide in my information here. So I'm gonna just give in my, should I think I'll just keep like that one. And of course I need the password. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna stop the screen share for a moment. All right. So after I'm back, because look, right now you can see that my screen is visible, but when I do this, you won't be able to see that. And now I'm gonna continue, and once I'm done, I'm gonna reshare. So stick with me. Um, just once. All right. So I'm gonna say, uh, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get this, and mhm. All right. So I'm gonna give the access to this. Okay. I think we can go ahead. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and share back. Okay, so what we did is just logged in with our GitHub account, and now we can go back here. So one thing that I need to do is go to the recording here. And one other thing that I had to do was and now we can go back is go here, and I think we could go simply here. Import from VS Code, skip and continue. I'll just click on this button, import settings from VS Code. Settings, extensions, and other profile preferences will be replaced with current settings from VS Code. Import without extensions and import. I'll just click on the import. Let's see what it does. It says a trust publisher, MS Python. This is the first extension you're installing using this publisher. I think it's yeah, Microsoft Python. I have a feeling that's true. Trust publisher install, and then once that is done, we can go ahead and open that up. Yeah, so cursor dark midnight, cursor dark high contrast. I think that cursor dark default theme would work for all coders. Pick your vibe, and then after that we can go quick start. Use key bindings from VS Code, Vim, Emacs, Sublime, Text. I'm gonna keep agent plan build everything. Cursor tab predict your next moves, and then we have inline edit code with AI. So I'm gonna keep it with agent build plan build anything. Add a settings page with that add a settings page with what you find in okay okay and it's just gonna source UI components, and it's just gonna do that for us. Okay, data sharing help of course for everyone. I'm fine with cursor learning from my code, or I'll turn it off in the settings. So we'll just um okay, I think we have to okay, we have to make sure like I'm fine with cursor learning from my code, or I'll turn it off in settings later. And then we have review settings. We have language for AI, set language for AI responses. Keep it auto for now and open from terminal cursor command. It's gonna install that, and then there you go. So this is the AI agent over here. I could open a project clone repo and connect via SSH. And then over here we have file, and then we have options to new text file, new window, whatever, new window with profile. So I can add a text file here. This is, this is how it looks like. So that's the text file. Okay, and then we have the AI chat panel on the left. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and go further. So, yeah, so we have the Copilot. I don't know if that's activated here. It's file, agents, connect, so Copilot. No, GitHub code space, GitHub. So what is this? It never occurred when you. Okay, leave that. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is, okay, it's saying want to launch cursor from the command line. You can add the code or cursor commands now or later with Control Shift V and start and typing install code command. I think I'll just install code. Okay. Yeah, so now we have install necessary extensions in cursor, Node.js or Python environment. Or getting I don't know. I think we can install the extensions somewhere from here, and I'm exploring where we can go. Okay, that's not what I'm thinking of, but let's go ahead and maybe create a projects file over here. So File Explorer, projects. So projects, Python. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna go to the um, projects folder. hmm Projects is not coming, so it's gonna be over here somewhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find it. I think it's in the users. So programs, localhost, users, GNG. I think it's in the documents. I have a feeling. And over here we have the should be yeah, there you go. That's the projects, and we don't have that much, but that's good. So I'm gonna open this and maybe create MCP. Okay, I'll say AI voice agent, and then over here we can just open this folder up here. So open project, and I'm just gonna open this select folder, and it should open it up for us. Okay, cool. It's loading it up. So now over here we have a couple of things: Explorer, source control, all agents, extensions, and then Remote Explorer, whatever. Okay, so extensions we can have, things like Python. It's already installed. What else it was asking for? I think it was asking for Node. So what we're gonna do is Node.js or Python. I mean, you can have both of them. It's not gonna do any harm. So I'm gonna get Node as well. Node.js. It's not even a extension in this. Okay, and then we also have Git integrations. I think that's already there by default. So Git. Yeah, these are some external things. Okay. Use the word opinionated extension back to, all the time. Okay. Now, what else we have is this dependencies. Install Node.js, recommended for voice AI agent, nodejs.org. I think we already have it by internally. So if you go here and so that's the website, right? So if I say node hyphen hyphen version, you can see I have it installed in my system. I have tons of videos where I tell you how to do it. So you just click on Get Node, and then it should allow you to install the MSI or the zip. So it's pretty simple, one of the simplest things. You can even install Node using Docker, pull and Node, and then you have the image name from the Docker hub, and then you can also Docker run hyphen IT hyphen RM entry point sh node port, and then this is gonna start. So it's gonna create a Node.js container, okay, and start a shell session. So you can use that container to build your application, right? And verify the Node.js version, and it will give you that hyphen v. I think that's also something that works. Let's see. Uh, Node hyphen v. So that also works. Wow. And then we have npm-v verify the Node package manager as well, because this is where you're going to install all your Node dependencies, your libraries from the Node.js.org website or npm website. And yeah, so this is where you're going to have to install all this stuff. And using Docker, you can also say, okay, I just don't want it from Docker. That's what it recommends, or with npm, and then this is one way to do it. The other way is that one. Enough with that, and then we install FFmpeg for audio processing. Now, for Windows, it's a download binaries from this one and add to path. Okay, a complete cross-platform solution to record, convert, and stream audio and video. So converting a video and audio has never been so easy. What is this is just a command where we say, okay, it looks like Linux, but we have the input and then we create the output in an AVI format. Input is going to be an MP4, which is of a video, and it's uh, it's for audio processing. So we can just download this thing. I'm going to download it for Windows. Download builds from gyan or window builds by. Okay, there's two options. I'm going to have to find what this is. Get the sources. You can also get the sources. You can retrieve the source code through Git using by this command. And also there's I think this URL would work. So if I go to the website, okay, and I didn't know that you can also have something after that. I think that's a folder, FFmpeg. So let's look at that. And of course, it's yeah, there's this stuff 6 hours ago, whatever this thread was. I don't know that. Okay. Um, yeah. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to check this thing out. OpenAI. Okay. Free trial credits for GPT 4.0 mini or GPT 3.5 Hugging Face Spaces. Free hosting for speech models. 11 Labs optional free tier or CoQTTS fully open source for text to speech. Whisper.cpp or Vosk for free text to speech or speech to text. Okay. Plan your file structure. So we have the folder in top. We have a source, and we have some index.js. We have the stt.js, llm.js, tts.js, and the UI folder. I could have the React front end if you want, and then this is the main gist is over here. Main server file, which is this one, whereas the text to speech one would be a JS file along with the LLM API handler and the text to speech JS file. We have the environment variables and the README doc. We're having the building the agent, so creating a new project and cursor open the terminal. Um, so let's go here, file, let's cross all of this stuff out and go back here. I think we're in this folder, so I think we can also open up the terminal here. So if I click on that, uh, new terminal. Okay, it kind of looks also like VS Code. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is let's see what we have. So go here. Now this is just the command prompt. I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna put this on the left, and then we're gonna put this on the right, and that one on the left. Okay, create a new project in cursor, open the terminal. I think we did open up, and I think it's not responsive to that. You can toggle the sidebar with Control B or via control layouts and top. Dismiss that. If this is not okay, I don't know what this is, but for some reason I feel like it's not responsive. But what I'm gonna do is this is the terminal here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to close this chat window for some time right now, and we're gonna say npm I or init hyphen y. Let's see what it does. Okay, it did something. And this is the PowerShell. We're using that one. The CMD would also work, so you can just change it to kit bash command prompt and all these options. When you go here, you'll see that there's the package.json file existing, and I think it should also appear here. So let's see what happened. Why is it acting so weird? Okay, so go here, and I think I just randomly closed that, but I should open it. I think it was Control B, yeah. So over here you can see that the package.json exists. I just added the file. It gets the name of the folder and that's the name of the project then. Then it also has the version which is 1.00, 1.0.0. Description is null right now and we have the index.js as the main server file. We have the scripts. And then inside we have a test one, and then we also have keywords, list, nothing inside, and author is empty list, and we have a license with ISC. So we are keep going, and we keep going. So we go back to the. Okay, I can't find the Chrome thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this on the left or right or left, and then we're gonna keep this on the right. And over here we have is um, npm install express socket.io env install this stuff and install this text to speech library. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and make it a little bigger. So what we're going to do is I think my also the screen where I'm going to be displaying, I think it covers. Let's see what's happening here. If it's not visible, I could put it on the left side, but it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna minimize that. I'm gonna minimize this. I'm gonna minimize that, and I'm gonna just run this so that you can see it properly. So first of all, let's see what we have to run is npm install. I'm gonna cls first. Okay, some key bindings don't go to the terminal by default and are handled by cursor instead. Okay, so what we're gonna do is npm install express, and that's a backend for the backend work. Socket, I think this is for creating some connections. And then we have .env for the environment variables, I believe so. So it's going to install all this stuff. And I have a feeling that it will create a, um, yeah, so I see over here that, why is it not working? So over here, if I do Control V, okay, I think that's not, um, yeah, so over here you can see these things are in the package.json. I think it was like, no, read it. Control V. No, yeah. I think that's the reason why the bindings are not working. But now you can see over here, there's a node modules folder. That's what I was trying to explain. Like when I ran those commands, a node modules folder appears. So, and then just like remove that, you can see the package.log and the package.json, and yeah. So we have this stuff .env, express, and socket versions as well are already existing. Cool, and now we can go ahead and install the OpenAI Whisper node as well. npm install at OpenAI, and then we have OpenAI Whisper node, and then when we run this, let's see what happens. Okay, we got some errors. Great. So what happens is that not found. It can't find this. Okay, it doesn't exist or something. Complete. Okay, so if that doesn't exist, what about the other one? So yeah, this is common. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna say was whisper hyphen node. So whisper hyphen node. Let's see. Okay, that exists, but I don't know. I'm getting some deprecated issues for some reason. But I did install it and install this whatever this text to speech thing is. Now that's now okay, npm install um coq co q and then we have tts. So it's install and it's giving me errors on that too. I feel like this doesn't exist too. Not found. Okay, it's not existing as well. .env for API keys, never hard code keys. I used to do hard coding keys before, but yeah, you would create a env. So .env you can just create over here and .env env. There you go. Okay. I like how the UI is a little bit, it's different. It's a little bit. Is it a little like sliding when I'm typing? Okay. Anyways, what we have now is the Implement text to speech. Use whisper.cpp or Vosk for free local transcription. Example with whisper.cpc or whatever that is. Um, make. See what that is. I'm going here into their GitHub repo. So, oh man, what did I do? Okay, let's go back one step before. Um, so yeah, if there's any questions, you can throw them in the chat. Let's go back to that account. Control Shift and T to bring it back, and let's go here. Okay, so let's see. This was the proof of OpenAI's Whisper model in C, C++. Okay, okay, okay. Implement without dependencies. Let's see. Okay. The entire high-level implementation of the model is contained in Whisper.h and Whisper.c. The rest of the code is part of the GGML machine learning library. Having such a lightweight implementation of the model allows it to integrate it in different platforms and applications. Here's a video of running the model on an iPhone 13 device, fully online, offline on device. So let's see what that is. Let's see how it works.
Offline speech recognition example using OpenAI's Whisper model. The application runs offline without internet on iPhone 13 mini.
Okay, so I see that it's kind of capturing the voice and it's processing it as a text. So I think it's basically voice to text.
Offline speech recognition example using OpenAI's Whisper model.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, it works like that. So you can either make your own offline voice assistant application. I don't know what this is linked for, but haha. So we have some videos here too. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff over here on Apple Silicon. The interface runs fully on the GPU via Metal. Okay. Quick start, git clone, all of that. CD to the whisper.cpp, and then try to run the base model. Then download one of the Whisper models, convert it in GGML format, and whatever that is, and then build a Whisper CLI example and transcribe an audio file like this. Okay, and for a quick demo, simply run make base dot n. The command downloads the base dot n model, convert it to custom GGML format, and runs the interference of or influence inference on all .wave samples in the folder samples. So note that the whisper-CLI currently uses runs only with 16-bit wave file. So make sure to convert your input before running the tool. For example, you can use. Ah man, there's so much things that I have. There's so much data that you can just start reading, but we want to keep it simple. So let's just go ahead and just clone this thing first. Um, okay, that's there. I don't know if he wants that. It wants that thing inside that same folder. So, mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, okay, yeah. So speech to text. It wasn't it text to. It was speech STT. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clone this, and are you asking it to be in the same thing? If I like, okay, I'll say like for instance, I ran this one. I ran first this one. Whisper node worked, I think so, but this one didn't work. So and um and what I gave. Okay, okay, okay. so copy that. And it gave, so we're gonna make sure it, uh, I don't know if it, yeah, I think I'll just cut that and just replace that one. All right. So let's see what happens here. The error is happening because the this thing isn't an npm package. It's a Python library. npm is for JavaScript node. How to use code in a project? Use code separately with your Python. Create a Python virtual environment outside of Node in your AI voice agent folder, but separate from npm. Okay. Oh, okay. Run code TDS as a separate Python script or server. Call the script from Node.js with child process. Use a node compatible TTS instead. If you want to use Perl and JavaScript, use one of these. Okay. OpenAI's TTS via API. Google Cloud as text to speech. Provides a Google Cloud account. Free tier is available. And then we have. I mean, if you keep paying stuff, you're gonna get like good stuff. But I don't. It's too much cost. So say like if you just keep sending your voice to speech, and the more you keep asking the API to request the process, it's just going to keep costing more and more, right? For the requests. So say simple offline speech synthesis, Windows, Mac OS, Linux compatible. So say.speak. Simple offline speech and a synthesis. Okay. I think two language set. I think it's okay. Yeah, I think of this create a Python virtual environment outside of Node. So in your voice agent folder, but separate from npm, let's create a virtual environment in Python. So here, no, we're not in the folder right now. So I'm gonna go to the folder here. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say cd, and then we're just gonna put in the path. We're in the AI voice agent folder. I know that we have Python installed. Make sure you have it. If not, then you can just, I don't know why that happened. I think it's because yeah, just exit this out, bro. See? Okay, keyboard. Why is it not exiting now for some reason? Exit, 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 or control. Okay. Okay, what was that random stuff? But let's go ahead and say Python hyphen version. It exists. So what we can say is Python, uh, and then we have hyphen M, virtual environment, virtual environment. Okay, hyphen M, um, is your AI voice agent but separate from npm. Python hyphen M, virtual environment, virtual environment. So let's click on that. I want to see what happens. All right, so let's go here. That's the virtual environment here. And then we have the CFG folder or file. We have scripts and lib and include. I remember um, that kind of gives us the whole environment here where we can just have packages and files. The virtual environment is basically like a box or a container you could think of it, and you can have your own dependencies installed, and so it doesn't conflict with the global ones that are installed on your machine locally, right? Contains like a separate space, separate ecosystem. Think of it as the concept of containers in Kubernetes and clusters. So it gives that kind of isolation, right? Isolation from the system. So that's why I created a virtual environment in Python. Now, I have to activate the scripts. I'm saying virtual environment. There's a folder. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Scripts, and then there's an activate thing. That's what I was talking about. And when you do that, you basically are inside. So scripts, and then we have this activate thing. Okay, interesting. And then we have activate.batch file. Activate, deactivate, pip, Python. Okay, you can see all these things that are installed as well. Okay, so let me say virtual scripts, and there you go. When there's this round brackets, it means we're in the virtual environment. Now we can install the thing called pip install uh, text to speech TTS. Was it text to speech or was it? Uh, okay, pip install text to speech. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, wow. So it gave me so many errors. It says ignoring the following versions that require a different Python version. And what happened after that? Could not find a version that satisfies the requirement TDS from version. Okay. Yeah, so wow, we got some random errors. So what we do is so I say I ran the following. So and when running the okay, this one I get all right. Submit that. So that means your Python version doesn't match Koku's TTS support range. TTS, what is this? It's another thing. A deep learning toolkit for text to speech, battle tested in research and production. They have their own website too. What is this? Why is the website in a weird thing? What is this? Yeah, I don't understand. Why they add that? It has all good stuff, metrics and things over here. Performance bench. Okay. I mean, it looks trusted, honestly. Look, it's backed by so many collaborators. So yeah, I don't know. And maybe someone like they lost the URL or something and it went to something else. Because that's not exactly CoQ what we're talking about. It's something else, right? Sweets for nah. This is nothing. That is nothing what we're talking about. Okay. So it says okay. If it says okay, install. Okay, this means your Python version doesn't match. Okay, CoQ currently supports greater than 3.9 and less than 3.12. If you're on Python 3.12 or new, it won't install. How to fix it? So you go here into the virtual environment, right? So okay, wow, look at that. CLS. We're in that virtual environment. So if I say Python version here, it gives me the same 3.12. You need to install 3.10. Download and install Python 3.10. Or go to the Python 3.10 recommended for maximum compatibility. Check add Python and then customize installation or create a new virtual environment with the correct version. Okay. Um, I don't know. Can you exit the virtual environment? I thought it was like possible, so I just delete this one for now. I thought it was gonna be better. Go here. Can we do it? Let's see what we can do. Python hyphen 3.10 hyphen m, and then we have virtual environment. Virtual environment. No suitable Python runtime found. Pass list to see all the detectable. So it didn't create that. It didn't create that at all. Only do the free GTS npm install say. If you don't want to install an older Python, say node based simpler. I don't know. Let's just do this then. So let's go here into their project, whatever that thing was, and I'll just say npm npm install, and then we have say. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that worked really simply. This right there. Okay. And you can also like test it out. So let's see how it works. So if I go to the IDE here and just create a random index.js file, so yeah, voice agent. So okay. I don't know why it creates so many subfolders. Outline, timeline, name, AI voice agent version. I think that's the package.js JSON file, right? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a file here. Oh no, bro. Um. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say sample.js import. Okay, I see like the auto completion is working. I don't know if that is Copilot or what is that. Okay, so import say from say, and then we have say dot speak. Oh, that was pretty fast. Okay, so it's just like auto completing everything. So that's something cool. Control L to chat and Control K to generate. So let's say Control L to chat. Okay, and then if I say Control K to generate, what does that mean? Okay, edit selected code. I'll say change to something, and then what? Okay, this is something different. Oh, okay, cool. This is something cool. Um, exiting that Zen mode out. So let's. Now I can't like remove this. Okay, if I want to accept. Okay, control, control and return to accept, or reject is Control Shift and exit, and to accept is Control and I think backspace. Undo, keep Control Shift and Y. Okay, and what? It's gonna run it for us? No, I'm just gonna try to run delete this. So now I can't even delete this. Why is it not removing? It doesn't even remove stuff. Why is it stuck here? Okay, finally. Ignore, ignore, ignore. I can't even remove it, bro. I can't, bro. It's not deleting. Let's see what happens. What can do? Oh, okay. I had to save it, and then it's allows me to delete. Okay, say hello. How are you? Okay, and then what is this stuff? Edge TTS use Microsoft's free voices. Works with Python 3.12. I mean, we're not using that anymore. And then we have import Edge TTS Syncio. Hello world. Upload.mp3 communicate. Okay, so we're gonna first stream. Use a full-scale AI voice agent demo without version headaches. Edge TTS works with newer Python, or say Node if you don't need. Okay, if you want HDL or say you can stay on your current Python runner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna um Let's run that. I'm gonna say node, and then we have sample. Okay, we have problems here to load an ES module set module in the package top. Okay, let's see what is this stuff now. I think it was the same thing. So I'll just say I did this approach and this is what happened. So I did this approach and then and this is what I got. And then we just like press submit. This happens because Node.js defaults to common JS syntax unless you explicitly enable ES modules. There are three ways to fix it. We'll just start with the first way. Node sample.js. Replace the code with okay, okay, okay. I remember there was different ways to write it. So import say from say, and then import const say is equal to require say. Option enable ES modules in your product. Let's do that. I think that's better. So edit your package.json and add type equal to module. So package.json, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the type, so name, version, description, main, scripts, keywords, author, license, dependencies. Okay, I don't have a tag for that. So name, version, and then we can have a right after this one. I want to edit this document, and it's not gonna allow me. I want to edit it, bro. Why are you not letting me edit it? Insert. Okay, now I think I have to be in insert mode or something. Why is it so weird? Okay, so type, yeah, there you go. That's what we needed. And it already auto completes it. Like we don't have to do that much typing anymore. Okay, dependencies already we have a say in here. Keep your import statement, which is like that. Run.
Hello, how are you?
Did you hear that? If you heard it, that means it's a success. We did our first part. So we got the thing to speak, right? And that's nice. Uh, let's change it up. Let's see, now you can just run it.
Hello coding cleverly, how are you?
So that's one part. Yeah, rename the M file to MJS. We got the thing done now. Um, okay. So let's just keep going up. Okay. So we also didn't have the this one. I know it's all gonna be messed up for some reason, which I don't like to do. Um, okay. Everything was installed except for this one now. Now I'm trying to like instead of messing up the chat for some random reasons, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say okay. What I do is okay. One other thing I was talking about is Claude. Claude. Now, I got a lot of recommendation of this one. So let's see. I'm gonna log in with my own Google account. So let's see what happens here. All right. Okay. So if I say, I'll say Sonnet 4, and we have Cloud Opus 4.1, powerful large model for complex challenges, 3 remaining until September 21. So what we can do here, smart efficient model for everyday use. Yeah. So what I'm gonna get the error. I'm getting the error right here. hmm So what we get is when I do npm. Now, this is the problem. It just gets stuck. Turn it off. Oh, the terminal is stuck. Terminal, new terminal. There's one part of the terminal going on here. It's working. This one's working. Okay, cool. Delete this one. Okay, so what the problem was when I do npm I and then I say add open AI, open. I think it was like that. Check it out. I'm going back to this section and okay. So yeah, what I said didn't want to do that. Can we start? Oh man, how do I edit this? There you go. Okay. When I do, I get this. Okay. Okay, you can create new conversation branches. That's crazy. You can switch between branches using the arrow navigation buttons. So what we do is, let's say we have this one, and then what we get the problem here is this, right? It doesn't even exist here. Just copy that and then paste it here. Save. Okay, so see what happened here. Using the wrong package name, the correct OpenAI package name is OpenAI or that. Okay. Uh, as OpenAI on NPM, the OpenAI scope doesn't exist for the main SDK. After installing with the correct package name, you can import it in your code like this. So yeah, so we can just basically import the option here using import OpenAI from OpenAI, or you can also const OpenAI equal to require OpenAI. This should resolve the 404 error you're encountering. I'm going to go back here and so I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna run this part. Okay, and that should work. It should work. Obviously, there's gonna be consequences, but there you go. Going back here to the option, I had to I had to get this whisper thing. So so what was the problem? What I was doing is I think I had it cloned, maybe or no. So no, I think I didn't. So well, yeah, I was trying to. Okay, so let me clone this thing first, and it's a C++ thing. So write stt.js to record audio using mic npm mic package and convert to text. Okay, I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone this repo. So there's an option here where you can do this HTTPS SSH or GitHub CLI. Going to with the github.com ggml hyphen org whisper dot. Going here, going to the option here. I'm gonna go to the CUD and I'm gonna go here and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do git clone and I'm gonna clone the repository. We're gonna press enter. We're gonna clone this thing, and now that since it's cloned, You can see the whisper.cpp exists here. Bunch of stuff. Again, we have models folder, samples folder, scripts folder. Yeah, I mean, so you can do is uh, cd whisper. Why is it inside a folder and the folder is named with an extension? Like the person I think did it on purpose because this is not a file, it's a file folder. And what's the best part about this is that the megabytes are so low, 54.5 megabytes, and it contains all the source code for that. So let's just go here. We're in the CI, so this CI contains folders like models, samples, scripts, include grammars and all that GGML. What we're gonna do is making sure we can, create a make and it could create a build. But make is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or a batch file. So we have to make sure that. I'll tell you what I'll do is. So I'll say okay. Uh, to pull the steps successfully. I used the say. I think it's called. What's it called? Say. Yeah. Say in Node.js. Now what I want is so when I cloned the whisper.cpp, I get the following when running. Okay, so um yeah, so this is what we get. All right, on my on my Windows machine. So if you look at it simply, so make is not recognized. Okay, CMake or Visual Studio recommend. Okay, I think we're gonna have to. Man, why is option to use Windows subsystem for Linux? Enable WSL if not. Open PowerShell as admin. Open a WSL terminal, and then you have sudo apt update and sudo apt install build essential CMake git git clone, and then you have. Oh man, you could do it from there. The compiled binary will work inside WSL. You will access your Windows files via mount C. Yeah, you can access your Windows files using mount and slash C. Use pre-built binaries, no compilation needed. Go to whisper.cpp releases and download the latest Windows pre-built binary. Oh, it's like an executable. Plays in your AI voice agent folder and call it directly from Node.js using childprocess.exec. So I don't know what this guy is. I like big.vm vimrc and I cannot lie. Who is this guy? And I even followed him. Bulgaria. That's where you get the developers from. Okay, so uh yeah, we're gonna have to go into yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I don't know if I have Visual Studio. Then this is the problem. I don't have that much space in my system. So it's asking me to install Visual Studio Community. And that thing is so big. And then we have CMake, add to path during installation. Let's see what that is. Because does it really include desktop development with C++ workload? I already have the C++ compiler. I think so. So if I can exempt that. So that's I think why it's saying get the Visual Studio Community. So if I do G++ hyphen hyphen version, Oh yeah, thank you. So we have the G++ and we also have the GCC. So we both have C++ and C. That's good. Okay, so now we only need CMake, and this is the website for it. Get the software. How do we get that? Add to pad during installation. I think I'll just like click on download. Yeah, so open source tools are amazing. So over here we have download. So it didn't do anything. So we go to the latest release 4.1.1. So we have the source distributions and then the binary distributions. And I think the binary distributions are um, the ones that we need. So I'm gonna go ahead with the Windows x64 installer. Yeah, so I don't know which one should be installed, but yeah, it's build. Okay. Um, slash r slash n line feeds. Man, I wish they could fix this issue with so many operating system differences, which have the carriage return line feed and the line feed. Linux or cmake tar.gz. And then that's a tar file. Well, this is a zip file. Tar.gz files are for Linux systems, whereas the zip files are for the Windows systems. I'm gonna go ahead and just download that. It's just 20 megabytes. Loving it. And please link the GitHub repo in this description. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let me add that. So that repo, what I was referring to. Okay, so I think you're talking about the repo that I will create, and when the project is completed, I will do that in the comment section when when the project is completely done. But right now, what we're using is Whisper. Okay, so I'm gonna link that in right here. Hope that whoops for you, Rahul. Okay. So now that we have that, I think we can go ahead and okay. So I have an issue with the installation. I have a feeling that it should be existing in the download section. But system, this is the CMake, right? CMake is right here. I don't know why it's so blurred. What is happening? Maybe it's because of the space that I have already. Let's go. 12, 13 megabytes. I need more space. Opening with when complete. Stuck on this. The other thing that was the thing I was talking about was the zip file. This one is done. That one has an issue. So, all right. So, yeah, this is zip, right? You just extract it. So you would have the extract option, extract all, and that. Yeah. So it's taking out all the stuff for us. We're gonna have to add it to the path. So there is things that we gotta understand on this. If we use this open source tool, this will allow us to build this whisper that will allow us for text to speech. I don't know, but we got say to work, which was text to speech. But if we could do speech to text as well, that would be nice. So I'm just experimenting right now and seeing if things could work out. So let's see. Okay, we have this one. Okay, we got the share, man, bin, doc. Got some folders here. And I feel like we're gonna have to put the bin inside the. That one that didn't work. So I got the other zip file, which was here in the. I think it was here in this binary distributions. Now it's saying that add path during installation. So I would say yeah. So I think so. So I'm just gonna keep it in this folder right now for now. You could normally. It's a better practice. Already better practice. But I'll just cut this. They always want better practices. And go to the C drive. which is this PC. Go in a new tab, and then here in the C drive, you can add like suppose program files. Paste that one inside, and just say continue. Now that CMake thing exists over here, you have two replications. I think you need the bin. So this one has the executable, it has the exe and all that stuff. So that is there, right? And then we have also the doc, and this just contains the random stuff like archiving and stuff. But we also have the man. This is, I think, so the manual. I don't know. And then we also have the share folder. Contains random folders, but I only need this bin. Copy this path, go to env, and go to the environment variable settings, user variables for GNG or system variables. I normally do it for system. That would just add it all and everywhere. So go in the path settings, edit it, new, and just paste that one in. And then what you do is you press enter. That does it, and then you can press OK, and then OK, and then OK. Now what you could do is, just cross that out. And I think so make would work now. So if I go here, after exit out the terminals, that's one important thing when you change your environment variables. So go and just like cross out all these instances of terminals. To open up a new one, I think so you can also go here, file, open file, and then open with File Explorer or something. Uh, this is the strange part of this IDE, right? So like I want to open, right click, and then we have uh, open folder settings, open, add directory to request, find in folder. No, that's not what I want. So open, reveal in File Explorer. That's what I want. Yeah, there you go. So over here we have CMD. Now what we want is check it out if make works, and it doesn't work. It's not executing, bro. So what's the problem here? Let's go back here. I got this. I got this. I installed the zip. I go to the system, and then I got the whole thing there. Environment variables. You see over here in the path. Edit new. There's right there. Let's see what happens here. I added this to my env. So, but when I closed all the CMDs and I ran the make command, I get the following. All right. So, yeah. Still, it gives me this kind of stuff. Okay, on Windows, CMake does not include GNU Make. It only provides cmake.exe. This error means you still don't have make install. You have three ways to fix this. So, no make needed. Use CMake properly. Instead of running make, use CMake's own build command. So CMake, I don't know. That would work, but CMake. Okay, there you go. Was I well, like doing it wrong in the beginning? Because let's see, we need CMake, right? Not make. So okay. So so what we had to do is Yeah. If I go back up here on the commands, and it told me make. Okay, I think I'm right. Okay, I think that's there. So after that, you have to specify one important thing is when you're like sending a prompt to an assistant, or AI assistant, like GPT or anything, what you got to do is make sure you tell your environment paths or your environment operating systems what you're doing, right? Instead of having these kind of conflict issues. So build, cd build, uh, make dot dot build. Okay. Instead of running make, using make on build command. Because cmake -i build uses ms build or ninja automatically, no make required. Install make utility for Windows to install it. Something git bash, git bash, and then we have pacman -s make. Now make -i should work inside git bash. Install chocolatey, run PowerShell. Install chocolate, choco. Install make. Close and reopen PowerShell or CMD. Then check make -, version. Use build 3 build whisper die except skipping compiling and completely go to release install a pre-built binary. Okay. Use option 1 cmake or option 3 pre-built binary. They're the simplest for Windows without adding extra tools. That uses child process to call the pre-built whisper.exe for transcription. Now the thing is like okay, I got the thing here. We could have just got a pre-built binary honestly. That was gonna be easier instead of us compiling the whole thing. But we're in this folder, right? And CD. And what it says, like, what we gotta do is so many folders here, but we want to make sure we get the right one. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this command. Let's see. So I'm gonna run the command, which is oh, okay. Um, let's create a folder inside mkdir build. It's gonna be our build path, and then we have cd build. Oh, why did I go bindings? Cd build, and then cmake dot dot. I don't even know what that means, but what happened here is that building from make files, cmake error at whatever this is, rare. Okay, there's more errors. Okay. I did this, and I get this. You can run cmake. Cmake uses defaults to using nmake, which comes with Visual Studio C++ build tools. Your error. Cmake can't find a C++ compiler. How to what? Option use Visual Studio Developer command prompt. Open x64 native tool command prompt. Yeah, simple. Oh yeah, I remember this x64. I remember that x64. We used to do that 4 or 5 years ago. x64x cross tools command prompt for VS. Whatever this thing was. Uh, Navigate to your project. Okay, let's go to our project. And then we got the build thing over here, so there's gonna be a folder here somewhere. There we go. Oh wow, we got some cache too. Wow, cool. But we just removed that cache. And we went through this command to go into the path. Um, okay, we created that build folder. Now we're gonna run this. See, run cmake specifying ms build generator. Cmake dot dot hyphen g. What am we typing, bro? So visual Studio 17 2022 hyphen A X64. Okay, we got some again issues here. CMake or CMake deprecation warning at CMake list. So what if we just like run the same command here? This one. Let's see if I just okay. Let's see. CMake dot dot. Okay, it's gonna give you the same random errors. Um, but if I like, I know it's gonna create the cache for us, which already exists before. Now, if I like run this command, which is cmake build hyphen hyphen com, I'm getting the same stuff. So what I'm gonna say is like that. On Windows, Whisper, where I see Bro, I had G++ faster for YouTube demo. What are we gonna go to Whisper releases? Download the Windows pre-built executable. Whisper Windows AMD 64. I don't need that one, but there's so many random versions, honestly. Uh, okay. There's the assets. Um, man, I don't extract it to your project. Uh, okay. Does it have the Whisper executable? I don't see it honestly. Okay. I don't understand it, bro. Why is it like? All right, so let's just copy the whole thing and say where the heck is it? Okay, so let's go back. Uh, what is that? Mobile examples? Oh yeah, it has too much stuff, bro. Too much content. Uh, which one is it? So I think it's a bin x64. I don't know what I got. Bin x64. I got the whole thing, man. Size, yeah, whatever that was. What it is, it's a Windows 64-bit executable. No compilation needed. Ideal for your Node.js. Okay. Other options, if you're only if you need advanced features, you got the BLAS bin. Use BLAS for fast CPU performance. And then we got the CUBLAS, which is the GPU accelerated required NVIDIA GPU or CUDA. Um, but yeah, for some reason on Windows now. Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and extract this thing into our project. Go to the folder, and we're gonna cut this one, and then we're gonna go to the blah, 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 blah. So we're gonna go to the project where our project is. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go and go here into the main folder, and we're just gonna we're gonna paste that thing here, extract it here, release. Got some things in here. Now the thing is, like, I don't see any. Like I was saying, I was trying to find that whisper.exe file, but it doesn't exist in this one. Like for instance, if I go to the I could go here to the what's it called? This one? No, no. If I could go to the this one, and I can right click and say, now over here we don't have the exe. We don't have the exe. That's the thing. Got a DLL, but not an exe. Oh. Within the release folder of the when I extracted it. Okay, for simple okay, transcription. Place audio files in the same folder or provide full paths. The command in the folder and run. Okay, okay, let's go here. Okay, so I'm gonna go here into the. I'm just gonna go here honestly. CD. And then what we're gonna do is we have uh yeah. So I'm gonna run. Place audio files. Audio in the same folder. Provide full paths. I don't know if I have any. Let's see. Sample audio. That wave file for testing. Okay. Let's see. Uh, I if I like search this. Let's see. I don't want to randomly download crowd. Okay. If I like go to this one. Sample HTML that generates a text audio file using a web. Okay, so it has all this HTML. It has some inline CSS going on. Yeah, there's CSS selectors. Some diffs, you already know, for styling. Semantic styling and all that stuff. and it has this quick test. No, you're just creating the whole thing for me in Claude. I just said I want a sample audio.wav file for test, and it creates this whole script. It creates everything within one single file, and you have a publish button over there. So, this is what's happening here. You can see I see a lot of logic going on in the JavaScript section, and you can see. Oh wow! So square wave, triangle wave. Okay, let's see that. Frequency, duration, volume, generate audio, gen download wave. I don't know. Let me see. Duration for triangle wave. I don't know. Just make something, right? Audio. Publish. Yeah. This artifact will make it accessible to anyone on the internet and potentially visible in search engine results. Your chat will remain private. Okay. And then it just created it. So copy link. I think that's how he created that thing. So it wasn't like anything like someone created, but it was just made through Claude. Content is user generated and unverified. So it's not generating any kind of audio file, and it will also allow me to download it. But if I
This is a test audio file for your project. The current time is 10:49 and 35 seconds p.m.
okay, I got some downloaded WAV files. Let's see what this is. Okay, that was the duration. I don't know why the volume was so loud. So I'm gonna make the frequency a little lower, and yeah, single wave duration, I think, and it doesn't have any like voice. That's the problem. But see, so now it's there. Let's see this one. That's the worst. But yeah, this is just an artifact that we created with Claude in like seconds. It's insane. Um, but what I was trying to figure out was like a wave file which had some speech. Can I also get the capability to download a WAV file with some human speech, like one sentence. So let's see. Yeah, drafting the artifact. Okay, I like okay, I shouldn't have done anything. I should let the thing do its thing. Okay, making edits, and then after that, it's gonna. Okay, it gets some errors. It solves the errors. It fixes the code by itself. Adds more JavaScript to it, generating speech and content like that. So I'm gonna let it do its thing, like like hands free. It will do everything. Okay, now you can see it says okay, new speech features, custom text input, enter your sentence. Okay, let's see. I don't see that one, but um, speech rate control, page control, custom text input. I don't see the custom text input. Where's that? Huh.
This is a test audio file for your project. The current time is 10:52 and 21 seconds p.m.
I don't see any difference on it. Okay. Um, where's the text to speech field? I don't even see it. I don't see it. Let's see. text input field doesn't get added properly. So it's gonna add it by itself, and then after that we're gonna review it, see if that were to work out. I feel like we're gonna have to get a part two of this, and then we can move on forward. Like still don't I don't have that. Where are you even talking about that? It's not even here.
This is a test audio file for your project. The current time is 10:53 and 48 seconds p.m.
Yeah, it messed up. It can't. I can't find it. Yeah, it's not here. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Is there gonna be an audio file that I already have? Maybe over here. Let's see. This was the random. That's not good. So if I could find some kind of random audio file, let me do that off screen a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check out if I have a random test audio file. Hey, my name is. Yeah, so I'm just getting a, you know, audio file if I could grab that. I found one, but where'd it go? Okay, there's the one. So I'm just gonna pass that in here. I'm gonna throw that in here. Hey, my name is Haris Iftikhar, and I'm originally from Pakistan and currently living in the United States. I have a background in software engineering and work as a software engineering consultant. I'm passionate about technology, continuous learning, and helping others. I also enjoy exploring new tools and ideas to grow both personally and professionally. So that's the audio file that we're going to be using. And we just keep, it's an MP3, so I don't know if it could be, it would work like that. Let's see, if I like F2 it and I just say wave. Hey, my. Okay, it's still working. I didn't like break the file, so that's there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and try to use this honestly. All right. So simple command would be to say whisper hyphen CLI and then give the audio file. Now what happened here is that it says loading model from bin failed to initiate whisper context. Okay, so why is this happening? It should output the transcription to the console. It didn't work, so I'm gonna say it's not integrating right now. I mean, it doesn't even work. New champ. Yeah, so I get this, and then I say, um, when I try to run that, right? Okay, okay, okay. Download the model now. Go to the official release page or the page where your Whisper runners are from. GGM model, original model you want. For example, here the common source. Okay, now we gotta get the model too. Place that model in the right folder inside your project folder. Create a models folder if it doesn't exist. So, okay, we gotta get a models folder too now inside. So in this x64, I'm gonna create a models folder. Then put this bin inside this folder. Okay? Okay. So yeah, the model path directly, but I'll just add the model folder. But it's GGM based, whatever this thing is. But I don't, I think it's not even gonna be here. And one small screenshot, and it just says, okay, you can do it. So this is like a big business for. What do I say? Okay, so now we have this in the web page. I am looking for. I'm gonna look for this one for the downloaded exe. I got, which is, and then we got the. It was this one. You know, not the model files. That's why you're getting the failed to open. Okay. Now the bin file for the model you want to use, for example, base English only base model, and then we have a small bin, larger multilingual models. Steps to fix: go to the whisper.cpp models page. Uh, yeah, Portal OpenAI's whisper model and bindings, grammars, models. I see over here. Okay, and then we have the models are separate downloads. You need the bin file for the model you want to use, for example. Okay, bin file. Go to the whisper. Okay, download the model you want. Okay, create a models folder next to your. Um, I think I already installed that, but uh, okay. And then with the downloaded .bin file into the folder, run the CLI again. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back because I just want to make sure, like over here, where the heck is the models folder? It doesn't even include any. Okay, there are some bin ones. I see them. So which one it's asking us is GGML base. I don't see it. Okay, GGML to so I'll say this is what I see in the models folder, right? This is what I see in the models folder. Which one to choose? Okay, I don't know if it would work. Okay. Okay, for tests. Okay. Optional but easier. Okay, just rename that, move it, or confirm it's in the models folder next to the. Okay, so it's gonna be in the model folder. Okay, it's called that, and then okay. So for test ggml base dot in. For test ggml base dot in. Cut this, bring it here into the models, and then I can just rename it for test ggml base dot in dot bin or base dot in dot bin. I can change that to ggml base hyphen base dot in dot bin. Okay. So now that's in the release. So we were trying to run this file. What the heck, man? Why is it not detecting it? So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna run this command prompt, and I'm gonna, I don't know, try to run this model. Cause the only thing I want is to run this so that I close in the good note. So if I can have the Whisper CLI, I've been CLI, okay, I've been CLI dot exe. If I just do this, you could see all this stuff is working, right? But when I say Whisper CLI and then I put in the name of the file, right? So the file is essentially, uh, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's right there. Uh, why is it always there? Okay, models. That's what I did. And then, but I still get. This is why I don't like this stupid thing. That's why Gemini is better and Claude is better. Like this is just business now. It's not even gonna work then. the model from in the models folder and then tried running, but got this. Alright, so let's just keep doing this. Oh, I see this happening. The errors comes down to the path. Okay, so this is whisper.exe is right there. Release folder. Sometimes the exe is here. It depends. Models. The model would have models would have this one. ggml base dot in dot bin. The models folder must be in the same folder where the exe is running. Exe isn't released, then you need. Okay, okay. Okay, now it makes sense. So it's saying cut this and bring it. Okay, so I cut this and bring it within the exe. Let's see over here. If I bring that and then try to running it. So now if I run. Okay, what did it create? Okay, this is what happened. It ran something. This is what it created. What is this? Let me know. What your log shows, model is being found and loaded. So we got the whisper in it from file with params no state, loading model from models. So we got the GGML based English model working. So your models is now correctly in the path. That's progress. GPU check. No GPU found. Your system doesn't have a supported GPU for whisper, so it will use a CPU instead. That's fine. Warning about model. Whisper load. So it's loaded from model file. Empty file model. This is important. It looks like the model file you downloaded is empty or invalid. It didn't actually load the weights the program is running, but it doesn't produce real transcriptions. This can happen if you downloaded the wrong file. Maybe an index file or an incomplete file. The download was interrupted or corrupted. Error. Okay. Audio error. This means your audio file isn't being recognized either. The file doesn't exist in the release folder. The file is not a proper waveform. It is or what it is. What to expect next? Get a valid model from okay, a reputable source like this one. Under the model section, ensure that the file size is for a base model. Check make sure the English exists in the same folder. Or provide a full path, ensure it's proper waveform. 16-bit PCM if safest. Full with path running with full paths, optional but safer. All right, so then we got that. So it will kind of want the models. I don't know, but you could just you can go ahead and say, okay, let me go voice, open, copy address, and then paste it here. Open it up. So we're in a new one. I don't know if you can like add it right here. No, we didn't. So AI, and then over here we go into the no over here. Go to the models. Um, let's copy this one and go and paste it here. Now I know it's not gonna work the way we're expecting it to work. Just copy this and delete this one and then paste it on this one. Now, what I could do is I can also go to this wave format, change it to MP4 or it's MP3. I have a feeling the thing would work. But if I want to like have the conversion properly done, I would go to some kind of conversion tool. So say MP3 to wave convert cloud. Just go here and select the file. Now the file that we have to select is um, over here. So copy that one, select file, paste that one here, where it's this one. It's gonna convert it, download it, save it here. Now you can just cut this one or cut and bring it to the same exact path here. Now try to run it one more time. Okay, now we got something. Okay, we got something here. Okay, now let's see what this is. We're getting progress, honestly. But yeah, so let's go here into the option category. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say I thought we had some kind of no, I thought we had. Yeah, okay, now I get this. This is probably it's actually reading your audio file and going through the transcription process. Let me explain this happening. So what your new log shows, model still warns, like it says that this means that the GGM BIOS still is invalid or incomplete. It didn't load the real weights, so the transcription won't actually produce meaningful text. That's why the decode time is 0 milliseconds. The model is empty. I don't know why that Whisper load model load has a warn or no tensors loaded issue, but audio is being processed. So you can see that there's like this much processing. The program correctly found your WAV file and tried to process it. Like we used that tool that worked for us. CPU threads and timings. You can see encode time and then decode time and then the total time. Encoding ran. Decoding didn't run because the model is empty. Again, I don't understand. Essentially, it's a dry run, no actual transcription happening. What you need to fix, you need a Whisper model file. The correct one is that one. Should be 147 and have real weights. Steps, go to this one. Um, Now the thing is, like, I keep telling that the models here, they don't exist. Like, these are the only models that, just copy that and, alright, alright. So I'd say these are the only models that exist, okay? So now that's what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, you found in the repository, what? What you found in that repository are not the real Whisper models. They're mostly dummy test models. Like, these are placeholder for testing, which is exactly why your program says, yeah. Scripts to convert or download models, like download GGML, convert. Okay, so the repo does not include the actual model weights. That's why your transcription. Go to the official. Okay. Okay. Now where? Scroll to the asset section. The latest. Go to something like 1.7 points. Let's go to the assets again. All right. So over here, download the English only base model. I don't know, bro. This is what's in the assets section. Uh, this is what's in the asset section. Alright, so that's clear now. You can the executable binaries and frameworks, not the actual Whisper model weights. That's why your current is just a dummy testing. That's why it produces no about the real models. Okay, now it's asking me to go to Hugging Face. Whisper models aren't included in the release zips. You need to download them separately. The official Whisper.cpp models page is here. Okay. Oops. OpenAI's Whisper models converted to GGML format to use with Whisper.cpp. Okay, I got some models here. Now this is something I see. So this is in the Hugging Face website. Okay, huggingface.co. For so what we have here is for English only base model, we have this one, GGML base. I don't see that one, but I also see that. Okay, these are the options I have. Okay. Uh, for English only transcription, the ones that make sense for your case are okay, small, medium, or for most desktop CPUs, base IN, which is perfect, not slow, not too slow, decent accuracy. So this one, medium size, good balance between speed and accuracy. Let's go ahead and download the base one, which is this one. I don't know how you even download it. From steps to start download base down from Hacking Face from your browser or wget curl. Rename it if necessary to match your program. Okay, how do you like download these models? Like this one, I want to download available models. Uh, well, from it has the and then it has the what's it called? SHA. It has a SHA, but not sure how to do it. Don't get a simple click to download for some files. You usually have to go through the model's file page, and they're not clickable either. Okay, this is a 404. Uh, no, it's not there. Okay, I got something. Okay, I don't know. They're in the CPP options. Man, I really wanted to improve my typing speed too. Thanks for the listing of all that. Set up desktop. Okay, so I'm gonna say this one. GGML base in bang. GGML base in en bin GGML base dot en dot bin. This one I'm gonna download. Download. Copy download link. Just click on that. Okay. Okay. There you go. 141 MB. Cut this one right from here and bring it to the exact frame models. Let's replace it. Yeah, replace it. Okay, cool. So we replaced it. We got the other one. It's English only, so faster than multilingual models. The base model is a good balance, more accurate than tiny, much smaller, faster than small. It matches this Whisper CLI example you are trying to run. Why not pick? Why not to pick their quantized versions for smaller memory? Okay, let's try to. You put in the models, right? Run your transcription again. So let's see what happens now. Okay, we got something now. So let's see what that is. Sure. only actually transcribe audio without warning. Okay, I don't get the log shows everything. So it says whisper model load, which is 147. Model loaded successfully. That's your real GGML base English model, whatever. Yeah, I don't even know what GGML means, but no warnings about empty models anymore. Audio processed and transcribed. It was a couple of hey, oh, okay, there you go. Our Skeptical and I'm originally from Pakistan and currently living uh in the what? Whisper successfully read your English.wav file, produced timestamp transcription CPU. So it did. You don't have a GPU, so it ran entirely on the CPU. That's normal timings. So we kind of got the model to work. Your setup is now functional, fully functional. You can now transcribe any English audio file by placing it in the same folder and running this. If you want higher accuracy, you can later try small medium models. They are also bigger and slower. Basically, you're all set now. Whisper is working perfectly on your Windows machine. If you want, I can also show you a shortcut to output plain text model timestamps or save the transcription to a text file, make it easier for work with. Now, the thing is, like, you see the transcription here. Oh, okay. It's not just that. It's the whole thing. You can see over here. Uh, numbers are from Pakistan. I'm currently living in the United States. I have a background in software engineering and work on software. Oh my God. So it worked. Congratulations. The audio to text, or speech to text system software application works as expected. That is amazing with Whisper. Now we can like move forward to the next steps of this project where we kind of want to make a UI, to make integrate some AI to it, and then kind of like distribute it with MCP servers and stuff. So I think it was a pretty good progress, and yeah, we'll have a follow up to this. Let me know what you think about this one, and hopefully we can see you in the next one.